Hi, my little weaklings. What is up? So, I know it's been a really long time, and so much has happened since the last time I posted. I moved out, France lost, Spain won, and so much more. And yeah, getting adjusted to this new phase of life. Since I finished college, I'm a graduate now, but living at home because I don't have a job. I'm unemployed. Someone hire me, please. Yeah, and that, and I joined a new gym here near home as well. So getting settled, adjust to that, and yeah, everything is going great. But the point of today's video is one question most of y'all keep asking: what is muscle growth actually, and how do I start if I'm starting from zero? So here's today's video. Here is everything I would do if I'm starting from zero. So if I had to lose all my muscles right now and all the knowledge I have about fitness and start as a complete beginner from tomorrow morning, here's what I would do. I wouldn't do 6 days of gym a week. I wouldn't train until I can't walk anymore, and I definitely wouldn't spend 2 hours in the gym every single day. It actually keep it really fucking simple. When you start as a beginner, the problem usually isn't motivation. It's actually information overload. One guy telling you to do this, the other guy telling you to do that, one guy telling you to do this for 30 minutes for the next 30 days and then you'll have perfect abs, or the other guy telling I followed this for 130 days and now I'm a Greek god. So it's like all this information in your head, and before you even start, you're lost. So I'm going to break this video down into 5 parts: how often I would train, how I would train, how I would eat, how I would progress, and what I would completely ignore. Now, firstly, I wouldn't start by going to the gym 6 days per week and having massive volume, massive complicated exercises. What I would actually do is go 3 or 4 days per week. That's it. And what I would choose is day 1 full body, day 2 full body, day 3 full body. You know why? Because when you're starting out, your main focus or your main objective should be consistency. Can I do this for a longer period of time? So instead of focusing on how much to do, focus on do less for a long period of time. So what happens is you build this consistency. So 3 to 4 good exercises, 3 to 4 full body workouts is way better than 6 days of high volume training that you end up quitting after 3 or 4 weeks. And even in those choosing exercises, I wouldn't do over complicated things like pendulum squats, hack squats. No, I would keep it really simple. Go with the most basic exercises like chest press, hamstring curl, squats. You get the idea. The most basic things. So what happens is when your foundation is strong enough, what you build on it will have a much more weight than if your foundation is weak and you keep building. It'll just collapse, it'll just fall. So make sure you're choosing the most basic workouts and doing them with the perfect form, because form is everything. Weights are not everything. If you're doing 20 kgs, you know what I mean, throwing your body here and there, moving with all momentum and stuff, it just won't help you. So choose an exercise that you can do as controlled and textbook form you need. So focus on form, focus on good basic exercises, and target on hitting all the muscle groups rather than doing 3 4 exercises for the same muscle. Pick one good one, have the perfect form, and master it. Now comes the most important part: progressive overload. So, what happens when you work out is your muscles are actually breaking down, and when you recover, a new muscle tissue is forming, which becomes bigger and bigger over time. So, now when you keep doing, let's say, 5 kg dumbbell curls you start off with, and you did that for a week, and you continue doing 5 kgs for every other week, what is happening is that the first week your muscle actually felt the tension, the muscle fibers actually broke down and they grew. But now on the second week or the third week, what is happening is that the muscle has actually adapted to that weight, so you can do it much more easily. You're not causing any damage to the muscle tissue, you're not putting on any growth. So here's what I want you to do: pick a weight, do that for 1 week, and every day monitor your weights, monitor your reps. Especially take a notes app or take a notepad, write it down how many reps I did today. If you did 10 reps today, aim for 11 reps tomorrow, aim for 12 reps tomorrow. So, and just on like that. And next week, try to increase the weight by 2.5 or 5 kgs. What this does is it keeps your muscles in constant tension. It keeps pushing your muscles to keep growing, and your muscles won't have enough time to adapt to any particular weight because you're progressively overloading. So this is the best way to put on more muscle, and you just have to do it, and don't just stick to one and do randomly. Make notes, take a note of what you did today, try beating yourself tomorrow, and that is how you'll actually gain muscle, and that is how you'll actually progressively overload and put on more weights on the bar. Now let's talk about food. I wouldn't go completely overboard with food and start eating at 1200 calories like a bodybuilder, just egg whites, just protein everywhere. No, I would actually start and eat like a normal person who's trying to be healthy. So I would mostly focus on getting enough protein, on whole foods, and just feeling full so that you can have the meals you like and have them at a limit, so that you can do it for a longer period of time than doing 1200 calories for 1 week and then giving up the next week. So what I would do is focusing on calories. So if I want to lose weight and my maintenance calories 2500, I would cut it to 200 to 300 calories. So I would be eating 2200 calories every day. And if I'm skinny and want to put on muscle, I would be eating at a calorie surplus, that is 200 to 300 extra calories, and that is it. You don't need to go overboard, and you don't need to do anything crazy or extra. Just focus on getting enough protein every day. Just focus on having whole foods like oats, eggs, chicken. If you are vegetarian, paneer, soya chunks. There are so many options, cheap options, and if you can afford it, whey protein, that's the best supplement you can have. Get that and you're set. You're actually set. That is it for the diet. You don't need to overcomplicate things. You don't need to add in Caesar salads, Greek salad, Greek yogurt, all that. You just have to take the food that you're already eating, start measuring, make limitations, restrictions, and try to add protein into every meal. That is it. Here's the most underrated thing that even I learned about last year: walking. It's like the most simplest yet has the most impact on what every single thing you do on a day-to-day basis. Because get this, if your maintenance calories is 2500, and if you want to cut down 200 to 300 calories and go on a deficit, but instead of actually cutting down those calories, you can still be eating at 2500, but increase your level of activity. So what you're burning actually, compensates with how much ever you're eating. So aim for nothing crazy. I don't want y'all to go on the first day walk for 1 hour. It's all the basic everyday choices that you do. You enter a building, you see a staircase and a lift, choose the staircase. If you go to a shop nearby taking a bike, just go walking. It's that simple. And try to hit 8 to 10,000 steps every single day. And man, I'm telling you, the difference it makes, the impact it brings to your life is immense. You get good sleep because of all the walking. You're tired, your calories are on track, you're burning effectively throughout the day, and I can't really express how important walking is or cardio is. And yes, with that also comes sleeping. I would actually prioritize sleeping, and especially as a beginner, you should be aiming at 7 to 9 hours per day, which is basically essential because of all the work you're doing. You're going to the gym, breaking down muscle, you're walking fatiguing your whole body, and if you're not recovering from that, you won't have enough energy to get up tomorrow and do it all over again. So sleep is really, really important on the long run, especially if you want to feel energetic, if you want to feel fully recovered. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep at a minimum. The last things, very controversial and very ironic, I would actually completely ignore influencers, because what happens is nowadays on Instagram, just for views or just for engagement and stuff, I see so many people doing the most weirdest exercises that have more harm than benefit, and be like, this is the most best exercise I can find for back, I can find for biceps, or my biceps started exploding after doing this. No, just ignore all that, just cut out the noise and focus on the basic. Because get this, if you're mastered the basics completely, you can go ahead and try all those for yourself and see if it actually works or not. But if you're not completely good with your basics, doing all that, you won't know if it's actually harming you or if it has a benefit for you. So without that knowledge, it's really hard to choose what you actually want to do. So I would say choose a basics, set to the basic, and just ignore and cut out all the influencer noise out there. While doing all this, give it at least 4 to 6 months of time, because only when you experience something for a long time, you actually get to know if it's working for you or not. And yeah man, that's it. That brings us to the end of today's video. And the key takeaways: form, consistency, basic weights, basic diet, everything basic. Don't overcomplicate anything. Don't put on every complex exercise into your routine, every complex food into your diet. Just focus on the basic and learn to keep doing that for the next week and the week after. That is where real growth happens, and that is where you will learn to fall in love with the process rather than just going into the gym because it's trending right now. So yeah, that is it for this one. Meet you all in the next one, and comment down if you want me to talk about any other such topics, and see you all in the next one. Peace.